Hey guys, welcome. Welcome to this episode right now. Today we're going to talk about facts about the earth. Just this planet that we live on, we grew on, we were born in, you know, we live here. Our family, our friends, everything we know is here, in this planet, this thing we call home, this our home that some of us neglect, some of us really fight for. But this, whether you accept it or not, this is what we live, this is what we are, this is where we're at, you know. So it's good to know about our place, our home. So let's talk about some facts about the earth. Now, with that said, I am not a scientist myself. I have not myself conducted these experiments, but um, these people have done these experiments for us to know. Now, to my understanding, this could change in years from now. A couple of years from now, some of these facts, which are known as facts, facts is something that is proven to be real, to be that's what it is, because I've conducted experiments and they have not failed to provide evidence proven otherwise, rather than the results shown. So that's a fact. So these are the facts. There's some facts about the earth, and as much as I love to learn, I love to share what I've learned and learn together. You know, why not? I love you. So let's start. Facts about the earth. The earth's rotation is gradually slowing. This deceleration is happening almost imperceptibly at approximately 17 milliseconds per 100 years. Although the rate at which it occurs is not perfectly uniform, this has the effect of lengthening our days. But it happens so slowly that it could be as much as 140 million years before the length of a day have been increased to 25 hours. That is amazing. Wow. Did you know that? I didn't know that. The earth was once believed to be the center of the earth. I don't doubt it. I've met a lot of people who believe they're the center of the earth as well. I don't know. Due to the apparent movement of the sun and planets in relation to their viewpoints, ancient scientists insisted that the earth remained static, whilst other celestial bodies traveled in circular orbits around it. Eventually, the view that the sun was the center of the universe was postulated by Copernicus, though this is not the case either. Alright? Earth has a powerful magnetic field. This phenomenon is caused by the nickel iron core of the planet. Coupled with its rapid rotation, this field protects the Earth from the effect of the solar wind. Oof. And this heat have been getting insane lately. Am I right? Oof. Hey, I can barely see myself without the glasses. So yeah, this is this heat down here. I don't know, Florida. Oof. I don't know where you guys are from. Leave it in the comments where you're from, where you're watching this video from. What? And how is the weather over there? Is it cold? Is it hot? Is it humid? Is it rainy? Is it foggy? What is it? Let me know. Is it a storm? Is it what type of storm? What happened recently? Leave everything in the comments. So there is only one natural satellite of the planet Earth. As a percentage of the size of the body it orbits, the moon is the largest satellite of any planet in our solar system. In real terms, however, it is only the largest natural satellite. Earth is the only planet not named after a god. The other 7 planets in our solar system are all named after Roman gods and goddesses. Let's research that if you didn't know that. Although only Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn were named during ancient times because they were visible to the naked eye, the Roman method of naming planets was retained after the discovery of Uranus and Neptune. Uranus and Neptune. The Earth is the densest planet in the solar system. This varies according to the part of the planet. For example, the metallic core is denser than the crust. You know, the average density of the Earth is approximately 5.52 grams per cubic centimeter. Now, we've heard this one since I was a kid. At least I've heard it since I was a kid. I can't speak about everybody because not everybody gets the same type of education and the same type of information or anything. So some people may have said even 80%. I've heard people say 80% of the Earth's surface is covered in water. So it varies, and depending on who you hear from. I'm not saying it's wrong or not. I haven't measured myself to say otherwise. So, what I've heard is 70% up to probably like one person 80, 72, 75 is closely what I've mostly. But 70% of the surface of the Earth is covered in water. When astronauts first went into space, now this picture, I would have loved to see it myself. You know what I mean? They looked back at the Earth with human eyes for the first time. Wow, I can imagine. This just has to be fascinating. They called our home the blue planet. And it's no surprise. 70% of our planet is covered with oceans. The remaining 30% is the solid ground rising above sea level. Now imagine that. Now if you're a person that has never left like your home place, where you grew, doesn't really cross your mind probably to imagine like the size of the Earth and actually have a picture of how big the Earth is. So, but if you're a person that travels a lot and has traveled to different parts of the Earth and there are different countries and everything, and you've experienced like hours on a plane and stuff to get to point A to point B and point C and D, you would know how big the Earth is and then how long it will take you from point A to point B and C and D if you're in a car or something, or a bicycle, and walking. Whew. So the Earth is big. Now that every land, all the land that we know here on Earth is only 30% of the Earth, like surrounding its mass, 30%. Then everything else is just water. You feel me? Wow, it's just what? So there's 70% that we don't. That we don't know. Probably of that 70% that we know in the water. If comparing it to the 1% of all the water, fresh water that we all humans consume and animals and everything, 1%. Comparing it to that is we've probably discovered in the ocean and every water in on Earth. What we probably discovered 5%, 10% or something. So what about every other percent? Wow, if we go deeper into the Earth and go deeper into the oceans and all this, we do it, and we keep finding all these weird alien looking animals down there, and because the atmosphere down there is so different and their evolution system is so different down there, and their way of life is so dark, and so everything that they glow down there and everything. I went off track, but this is all happening on planet Earth right here. This is fascinating and I love it. I hope you share the same love as I do, as I'm sharing this information with you. So 30%, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. Amazing to me. Earth is mostly iron, oxygen, and silicon. Listen, If you could separate the Earth out into piles of material, you will get 32.1% iron, 30.1% oxygen, 15.1% silicon, and 13.9 magnesium. Of course, most of this iron is actually down at the core of the Earth. If you could actually get down and sample the core, it would be 88% iron. 47% of the Earth's crust consists of oxygen. Earth doesn't have 24 hours to rotate on its axis. It's actually 23 hours, 53 minutes, and 4 seconds. This is the amount of time it takes for the Earth to completely rotate its axis. Astronomers call this a sidereal day. Now, wait a second. That means a day is 4 minutes shorter than we think it is. So this would add up day by day within a few months. A day, a day would be night, and night would be day one day. A year on Earth isn't 365 days. It's actually 365 days, 0.2564 days. Is this extra 0.2564 days that creates the need for leap years. That's why we tack on extra day in February every year divisible by 4. 2004, 2008, etc. You know what I mean? Earth has one moon and 2 core orbital satellites. As you probably are aware, the Earth has one moon, the moon. But did you know there are 2 additional asteroids that are locked into a co-orbital orbit with the Earth? They're called 3753 Crutiny and 2002 AA29. Now, 3753 Crutiny is 5 kilometers across and sometimes called Earth's second moon. It doesn't actually orbit the Earth, but it has a synchronized orbit with our home planet. It has an orbit that makes it look like it's following the Earth in orbit, but it's actually following its own distinct path around the sun. Now, 2002 AA29 is only 66 meters across and makes a horseshoe orbit around the Earth that brings it close to the planet every 95 years. In about 600 years, it will appear to circle the Earth in a quasi-satellite orbit. Scientists have suggested that it might make a good target for a space exploration mission. The Earth is not actually round in shape. Now, this brings a lot of stuff to the table right here, because there's a lot of things going on between the flat Earth and the round Earth. So let's see what he has. Let's see what's in here. Let's calm the water. Shut up. Now, the Earth is not actually round in shape. Let's say this is a fact. So I'm not saying it. I don't want to start anything. I'm not saying it. So let's see what they said. And you're gonna tell me, okay? The Earth is not actually round in shape. In fact, it is geoid. Now, tell me if I said that right. Geoid. Geoid. This simply means that the rounded shape has a slight bulge, not blue, a blue bulge towards the equator. So what causes the geoid shape? This happens solely because the rotation of the Earth, which causes the bulge around the equator. Geoid. So the Earth also, it says the Earth tilts at roughly 66 degrees. So it's 90 degrees, 66 degrees is tilted. Tilted. So since it's not a shape, now it could tilt. So it's tilted 66 degrees. Only 3% of the water of the earth is fresh. Yeah, we talked about that. It was just like, what? Now let's break it down. The rest of the 97% is salted. Yeah. Of that 3%, get it down to 3% now. Over 2% is frozen in ice sheets and glaciers. Yeah. This means what we were talking about before. 1%, less than 1% fresh water. And it's found in lakes, rivers, and underground. Turn it off. If you're not gonna use it, don't let the water run it. If you're gonna water the plants outside and you don't want to do it yourself, you have an automatic system, don't leave it on all day. Come on. Put a timer on it, or remember the timer, leave it for 20 minutes or something. Just little details make great changes. We could all work together. We make a difference. We can make a change. One little detail at a time. Agree? Yeah. All right. Asia continent is covered 30% of the total Earth land area. Only 30%. 30% is Asia continent. That's a lot, though. That's a lot. But now, 60% of the world's population is represented by Asia. So everybody I know, I've heard of, and everything that is not from Asia, only forms parts of the 40% of the population. So, wow. I haven't even met that many Asians. I met a couple, I met a lot, but wow, to be the 60% of all the world's population. That's a lot of people in Asia. We all know what they love. Oh my God, damn. Now, each winter there are about 1 septillion. Have you ever heard this figure? 1 septillion. That's a trillion. Oh my God. Now, we're not even talking about money, but I'm imagining in money or whatever the amount that is in anything. Now, in this case, we're talking about a trillion snow crystal that drop from the sky each winter. Now, if you're living where the cold is, now you know how much snow falls down from the sky. I know you felt the cold. I felt it too. I know. It's hard waking up early, a couple of hours before going to work and putting all that salt around, trying to get that engine going. All the sliding, all the running and falling. It's crazy. I know. But this heat is also pretty hard. But this is our home. And if we keep mistreating it, it's just gonna get worse. The temperatures are gonna go wild. You know what I mean? The earth is just like our bodies. You know, we're a representation of it. You know what I mean? So we cannot live without it. We're living here. We're part of the earth. We're part of each other. We're part of everything. You know, so let's take care of it. Let's take care of ourselves, of each other, especially now in these hard times and the situations going on with all these viruses and all this stuff going on and all this confusion around with people. You know, so right now is when we need to stay together and not try to be divided like they want us divided out there. You know, stay focused, stay here, pay attention to what's going on in reality. What are people planning? All these people controlling the earth and telling us what to do and governing us. What are they really planning? What is going on? You know, ask questions and unite, not separate. Because that's what they want to do. They want to separate us by any means necessary. Because when they separate us, we lose power. You know, when we're together, when we have an idea, a concept, a vision, you know, there's nothing that can stop us when we stand together. Every change that has been done, it may have started with one person, but it started because they grew together and grew strong and believed in that idea. So how are we feeding the idea right now of hate when what we need right now is love? We need each other's support. We need each other's idea. We need each other's um, possibilities. We need each other's hours, time, minutes. You know, we need each other's um, to put their parts on the table. You know, this is what I could do. This is what I have. Let's do it. Let's get together. We're all suffering. We're all struggling. Let's be more conscious. Let's be more clean. Let's be more, you know, more productive in a more like conscious manner. You know, not so selfless. Like just no, I want to make money, so I want to open up, and that's it. And you gotta open this up because I said so. You're gonna do this because I said so. Nah, man, this is not how it works. It's not how it should work, at least. You know, why is this going on? Why is this happening? Why is this? And not trying to um, make me look like a criminal or whatever because I'm asking why the things that are happening is happening. You know, and you want to keep us quiet or whatever. That's not how it should work. You know, we're a society. We're human beings. We're humans. We're live beings. You know, the same respect you have for a cat or a dog if you love cats and dogs. Like you as you have it for yourself and your family, you should have it for others around you and everything. A plant, everything deserves to be cared for and loved because they give us the oxygen that we need and everything. You know, everything around us deserves to be cared for. You know, whether it's your animal, your item that you buy, your spouse, your kids, your anything, everything, yourself, or else you die, you kill yourself, you die earlier than you're supposed to, and all these things, you know. So let's take care of each other. Let's take care of the earth. Let's take care of everything that surrounds us. Let's pay more attention. Let's listen. Let's communicate more. Let's you know, just share love. Don't bring your frustrations and your dramas to other people. You know what I mean? Try to solve them. If you're gonna bring other people to it, try to bring other people that are gonna help you solve that because you opened up to them or something, and not bring people to your problems because you feel lonely and you need other people to accompany in your suffering or something like that. No. You know what I mean? Go to people with open arms because you need the help, because you want the help, because you really, you know. Now there's some people that are you go ahead and open up and talk to them and they just put a knife in your back, not physically but you know emotionally, and because of the actions and the decision that they take after you opened up to them. But you can't be like fearful to that, you know. Then if you can't trust anybody, um, then what's up? You know, you gotta find somebody yourself, preferably other than yourself, because yourself is most of the time not the best, um, you know, guide if you're on a wrong path clearly or something. So yeah, I love you. It's a pleasure being here with you today right now, and I hope to be making more videos. I hope to hear from you. So I wish you the best. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Have a great night. Take care.